Intelligence and stupidity live together in harmony through something called ignorance. And the tragedy of our generation is that we are ignorant in what's important, meaning that we all believe and we're connected to love. And the New York Times had a great article this past week that we're actually part of the first generation in history that has no idea how to court a potential partner, let alone find the language to do something. So when we last left our story, George and Jerry had an important, deep-hearted conversation. We're not men. We're just children. We need to grow up, and we need to make a serious commitment to having a relationship. George, who traditionally plays the fool, takes that to the fullest extent, while Jerry has a conversation with Kramer.
I am really going to make some changes.
Yes. Changes.
I'm serious about it.
You think I'm not?
I'm not kidding.
Me too.
What is it?
Will you marry me?
I had a very interesting lunch with George Costanza today.
Really?
We were talking about our lives, and we both kind of realized we're kids. We're not men.
So then you asked yourselves, isn't there something more to life?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, well, let me clue you in on something. There isn't.
There isn't.
Absolutely not. I mean, what are you thinking about, Jerry? Marriage? Family?
Well,
they're prisons! Man-made prisons. You're doing time! You get up in the morning, she's there. You go to sleep at night, she's there. It's like you gotta ask permission to use the bathroom. Is it all right if I use the bathroom?
really?
Yeah, and you can forget about watching TV while you're eating.
I can?
Oh, yeah! You know why? Because it's dinner time. And you know what you do at dinner?
What?
You talk about your day. How was your day today? Did you have a good day today or a bad day today? Well, what kind of day was it? Well, I don't know. How about you? How was your day? Boy, it's sad, Jerry. It's a sad state of affairs.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Oh, you have no idea.
Very important that you have no idea. You wake up, she's there. You go to sleep, she's there. And what do? Just talk about your day. No television while watching dinner. So everything we said that a person just wants to have their life in extension, now I have something against me and I can have total freedom. And this is the underlying current to why we have a crisis of commitment. We have a crisis of commitment because there's a logical side that why would I ever commit to a reality that's a man-made prison, something that's torture. Sure, there's benefit to romance, but the cost exceedingly outweighs that. And when Jerry gets his conversation from Kramer, but George is now trapped, engaged with Susan, they have a very interesting encounter about going to the movies.
Ready?
I don't really think I can go.
Oh, how come?
Well, I didn't really tell Susan about it, and she doesn't really have anything else to do.
She could come.
Well, she doesn't really want to see Firestorm.
Oh.
She wants to see The Muted Heart.
Oh, The Muted Heart. Glenn Close, Sally Field. Oh, that should be good.
Yeah. Guess I'll see you later.
Hey, wait a second. You know, we could share a cab. They're playing at the same Cineplex.
George, better get ready.
I am ready.
You wearing that shirt?
Okay, I guess I'll see you down there.
Yeah.
So not only are you entrapped into a reality that you can't escape, but you're trapped in a reality in which your interests can't be fulfilled. You want to go see Firestorm with your male friend, people killing each other? I can't. Susan wants to see The Muted Heart. I'm stuck in that reality. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. You're going to wear that? Rhetorical question, meaning you must change? Oh, I can't believe this. I can't see the movies that I want, and I can't wear what I want. That is truly a man-made prison. So what is up with marriage, and why would you subject yourself to that reality? Meeting is nice, love is nice, but why does it equal this forever together seeming entrapment? How do we understand that in a deeper way? So on a very important and basic level, as this New York Times article so clearly delineated, they had an interview with somebody from the Preventative Medicine Research Institute who said, "I'm not aware of any other factor in medicine that has a greater impact on our survival than the healing power of love and intimacy. Not diet, not smoking, exercise, stress, genetics, drugs, nothing else will have an effect on the health of your life other than this realm called love and intimacy. There is oxygen for the body and there is love for the soul, and a human being can't live without that." Now, in this realm, there's a process that we go through. As you know from the verse in the Torah, it delineates that step one, that we leave our parents and go towards our spouse to become one. So step one, there is an important concept called parents. We were all raised, hopefully, intentionally, and we have a positive connection. They taught us how to walk, talk, turn on a light, all these important realms. But then part of enabling is the creation of independence. If you want to truly enable your child, don't do everything for them. Do enough for them that you create them to become independent. And therefore, when it comes to marriage, you want to now take them from the incubation of the home and move them towards, push them in a positive way towards connecting with their spouse in a positive way. To what extent? You become one flesh, meaning that even though a relative, you know your parents longer than you know your spouse, but the concept is your parents came on an involuntary manner. You were born to them. Your spouse is someone that you choose, and you become one flesh with that person. It's very important for parents and for newlyweds and spouses to realize that the loyalty realm has changed. If you ever hear mother-in-law jokes, which you can't fully understand until you're in that position, the basis of mother-in-law jokes is due to a conflict of loyalty. My mom really wants us to go out. I know we were just out there 2 days ago, but she really wants us to. I don't want to go there. It's so boring. We just sit around and talk, and she has plastic on the couches. I don't want to do that. Oh, I know, but she really wants. She hasn't seen us in so long. 2 days. Let's just FaceTime. I don't want to go on the BQE. It's such a hassle. Oh, I don't know. Ma, he doesn't want to go. Well, tell him he's got to go. You have to go. Please. I don't know what to do. What should I do, Ma? I don't know. Just make me happy. Please, just make me happy. That conflict is psychotic because, Ma, you want your child to be an adult. Realize that they're not going to properly develop as an adult if you keep hanging on and you don't facilitate your child to become at one with their spouse. Now, this concept, we need to get it out of our minds because we are Americans that are addicted to instantaneous gratification, is not all good all the time, yummy, I just love being with you. You know, we are all looking for this watermark that doesn't exist in reality. We're an intelligent generation, and we are also very stupid because nobody ever told us, till this point, that watermark of all good all the time, holding hands on the beach in slow motion while I swing you around is not reality. And therefore, the shock of the everyday life shouldn't be a shock because that's part of it. But really, I need my spouse to help me fulfill who I am. She needs me to fulfill who she is, and together we will grow. So the first level of being fooled is the reality of that, oh, marriage is this realm that once you've found somebody who you could be with on a positive level consistently, well, it's just fun, and you get lots of benefits. And I think Seinfeld really nails this when Jerry and his girlfriend go to the dry cleaners.
You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you and your family 25% off all your dry cleaning from now
Oh, come on.
What are you talking
It's
about?
silly.
Hey, forget it.
Get out of here.
It's done.
All right.
Well, I guess I get it too because I'm his wife.
I didn't know you were married.
Oh, yeah. You ever met my wife, Meryl? Meryl Seinfeld.
Yeah, sure, you get the discount, too.
You might regret that because the money my wife spends on
I'm
clothes...
taking him to the cleaners.
Is he sense of humor? Come here, I'm so nuts about you. I'll tell you, it was fun being single. But when you meet a woman like this, you don't walk to get married, you run. Ooh.
Unfortunately, that doesn't exist. It's really a deeper concept. And in this concept, there is, let me say it straight, the C word called commitment. What is the point of marriage? You become one with someone who is your azer, your help, kenegdo, by being not exactly with you. She brings out what you need and he brings out what you need. You bring each other to the intended conclusion. That only works when you deal with each other as if you are one. In other words, I'm in it. You only work things out when you are in it. Only when you're in the zone of committed, I'm at one with you, and we together are going to make this work. There's a psychological fulfillment, a curative property in marriage that is the point of it all. It's not a roommate issue. It's not a lease issue or a 25% discount issue. It's an issue of I need what you have and you need what I have. And together we will be able to fulfill each other to live on a psychological level in which we are connected to purpose. But that's only when you assume it. Now, in a very beautiful metaphor, Curb and Seinfeld are one. Here's when Larry David walks into his home and Cheryl has something to tell him.
Larry, we need to talk.
It's over?
What's over?
The marriage?
Why would our marriage be over?
You said we need to talk.
Yeah, we need to talk about Marty Funkhauser's party.
Oh, okay. I thought... forget it.
No, what'd you think?
Well, you know, you said we need to talk. Generally, when couples break up, that's how they introduce it. You know, we need to talk. So I just thought it was...
Well, why would you even think that?
Well, because women have broken up with me many times, and they've always introduced it with, we need to talk. So I'm just sort of conditioned for that response.
So everyone knows we need to talk. Uh-oh, that's it. We need to talk. It's over. Now, no, we need to talk about Marty Funkhauser's party. But why did Larry assume that? Because in his brain, he was one step out the door or not fully in. In other words, because we're timid and we fear the risk and the vulnerability of being involved in a relationship, we stay in a safe zone. And therefore, we need to talk could very well mean that it's over. Now, when marriage works, that you have Hashem between you, bringing each other out in this life-giving realm, then it is love, and that is life. If you don't have that, you have Aish, you have fire. Fire is consumption.
Honey, could you get me something to drink?
You're right there.
Come on, I'm sitting.
Honey, what'd you do with the can opener?
I didn't do anything with it.
Well, it's not here. It was here yesterday.
It's in the first drawer.
I'm looking in the first drawer. It's not here.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I'm not stupid. I'm looking in that drawer. There's no can opener.
Did I say you were stupid?
Well, wouldn't I have to be? You tell me there's a can opener in the drawer. I'm looking in the drawer. There's no can opener. What other conclusion could one reach?
You want me to go find it?
Yes, I do. You show me where there's a can opener in that drawer.
Hello, I'm sorry, I'm just fighting with my wife.
Jerry, we just heard. What's going on?
Why the hell didn't you tell us?
Listen, Mom,
It was in here yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who is she? When did this happen?
I told her you'd get married. She thought you'd never do it.
Morty, you're talking too loud.
I'm not talking loud.
You're hurting my eardrum.
Well, you must have done something with it.
I'm on the phone.
Is she there? Can we talk to her? What's her name?
Mom, I'm not married.
What?
I'm not married.
I knew it. I told you.
Uncle Leo said.
I'm just pretending I'm married to get a discount on dry cleaning.
A discount on dry cleaning?
Could you make a little more noise? Listen, I'm gonna have to call you later.
Well, I give up.
Well, whoop-de-whoop.
Now that is marriage when it doesn't work. Now, the concept of, honey, can you get that? I'm sitting, I'm already up. I beg of you all, please, don't have that in your homes. Oh, you're up already. What are we, an old age home? Get up, you can get up, it's fine. What's this thing, I'm sitting? Oh, get up. Then the concept is, it was in the drawer, I'm looking in the drawer, well, it was there, I'm not stupid, I didn't call you stupid. I'm looking at a drawer, you're telling me it's here, it's not here. I must conclude I'm stupid. I didn't mean that. That's what it looks like. You want to know what fire looks like? You want to know why people quit? Because it is fighting about small things. I think it's a beautiful reflection when Jerry actually speaks with his parents, and they're like, Morty, you're talking too loud. I'm not talking too loud. That's the same realm, just in an older generation. The concept is that when we don't have it for real, then it equals that. Then it equals a very uncomfortable form of roommating. And I think when you see it in the deepest way, as we saw from this verse, that what is the ultimate concept? To become like one flesh. Rashi, the important commentary in the Torah, says, how do you become like one flesh? Through having a child. The love to each other becomes real when you bring another human being in the world and you share your DNA in that person. I don't care if you have 17 children, you will never be used to the concept of childbirth. You're telling me a human being pops out of somebody's body? You will never be used to that concept. And that person doesn't just pop out of the body and walk away and live on their own and occasionally call. They live with you all the time, and you teach them how to walk, eat, prioritize. Everything is in your hands. The love of a man and a woman, they have to be like one flesh, and they ultimately bring out that love by becoming one flesh. And our goal, why we are alive, is not just, I don't want to be lonely. I hate being lonely. I need a roommate. Get a dog. Well, you don't need to get married in order to have that. But if you're looking for fulfillment that you know is held by the other, and that through that you could bring out life for each other and life in the world, meaning there is no greater form of fulfillment than two people unifying towards a third point, which is the furtherance of life. And that's how we live forever. So within this one verse, you see three realms of time: past, present, and future. The past, when you're a child growing up, you're attached to your parents. The present, you become at one with your spouse. And the future, when you take love and you maximize that, you bring out life in the world, and that's children. And those children last eternally. That is the way that you continue this stream of life. But it's only when you're actually committed to that reality. Larry and Susan and Curb decide to renew their vows. Susan's worked on her vows, but Larry's having trouble writing his vows for this vow renewal ceremony. Let's see their discussion about vows.
So this is what I have so far. May I always have the wisdom to look past your shortcomings and appreciate all of the goodness you possess. We promise to continue loving each other unconditionally, not only throughout this lifetime, but after death through all eternity. We stand before you.
What is it?
What?
Was that about eternity?
We will love each other throughout this lifetime, but after death through all eternity.
You mean this is continuing into the afterlife?
Yeah, that's the idea. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I thought this was over at death. I didn't know we went into eternity together. Isn't that what it said in Till Death Do Us Part? I thought it was...
Do you have a problem with eternity?
Well...
We finally found each other, Larry, and we're celebrating this for all eternity.
I guess I had a different plan for eternity. I thought I'd be single.
So it's a beautiful vignette and a metaphor that really, if you have it in a real way, you're looking at it as for all eternity, that we finally found each other. If Larry is planning on being single in the afterlife, so that shows that he's not really committed now. He's like, till death do us part. I thought it's kind of over then, I'll be single in the afterlife. So it's beautiful to fight about something so theoretical and not yet here. But the concept is that when does it work? When it's beyond to death do us part. When we really feel that the world has a purpose, our lives have a purpose, and we have found each other. Despite all statistical oddities, we have found each other. And that love should be to an extent that we're not looking to bail upon death. We're not looking to redate in heaven. We're looking to continue this reality that we've found amongst each other. So I think that the take-home point, which we are all tremendously suffering from, is, and the New York Times says it better, that for the present generation, the romance operandi, hooking up and hanging out, clouds the golden rule of what makes marriages and love work, which is emotional vulnerability. I apologize on behalf of any movies that you saw growing up that would make you think that you could avoid or sidestep emotional vulnerability, but you can't. There's an inherent risk involved with connecting with one person to become like one flesh to bring out life. There's a risk. But when you believe and you have a structure of why I'm doing it, and you have a goal of where we want to take it, then I think that that risk is doable. Thank you, guys.